Alert, a live look at the Trump Tower area where the former president will soon depart for his hush money hearing in lower Manhattan. As the deadline for former President Trump to secure a whopping $500 million bond approaches at midnight tonight. If he doesn't make it, it could eventually put some of his most iconic New York properties, including Trump Tower, up for sale. Private equity fund manager Grant Cardone joins us from Miami, where he is safe away from the craziness of New York. Grant, good morning to you.
Steve, good to see you.
We were talking about this topic a couple of weeks ago, and you said something amazing. You said you had about $500 million to invest in real estate, and you were thinking about New York until this Trump thing happened. Explain that.
Yeah, well, I thought it was going to be a great opportunity. You know, I felt like New York had finally recovered from COVID and the vaccine mandates. And look, every piece of great real estate has its price. And I thought this would be the year that we could invest in New York City and take advantage of a correction in the marketplace.
Right.
When the judgment came down against Trump, it became clear to me that in New York City, at least New York City, I don't actually own my property. Any government overreach or out of control government could come in and seize my property. I see what happening to Trump as a sanction against Trump and a seizure of his property. So we decided not to invest there. Last week, we placed that same $500 million in Florida.
Well, and it all comes down to property valuations. And I was talking to somebody in my family who's in your business, and they said that essentially, you know, companies like yours or companies that lent him the money do assessments all the time to figure out what their stuff is worth. Clearly, if they gave him the money, they didn't have a problem with this, right?
1,000%. They would have done multiple assessments or appraisals on the property based on either the income of the property or the comps of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Many of his properties don't have comps. They're very, very unique properties. I personally know that he has very, very little debt on these properties. So the only way you can seize somebody's properties is that you would do something like what they're doing. Otherwise, it would be a debt call because he had too much debt. In the case of Trump, he has less than 10% debt on all of his properties, which is amazing for a real estate guy.
Well, let's see if more real estate guys like you say, enough with New York because of what they do with valuations, as we just saw it adjudicated. Yes, sir.
Steve, this could take decades to fix. This will cost New York City hundreds of billions of dollars and literally wreak financial havoc on the city.
Because you're talking about people are going to leave, tax base is going to go down.
Exactly. Tax base is going to go down. Property tax collections are already off. Somewhere between $8 and $10 billion a year has been lost in tax collections already in New York City.
Man, oh man, it's something.